Nice catch. Good morning. My name is Dominique and this is Homesteading for Three. If you are new, it is actually Mother's Day today. And my original intention for Mother's Day today was I don't want to do any work, but garden season does not wait. So my husband and I are going to actually go get coffee at Caribou Coffee, which we just recently, if you've ever had that, I think it's mainly in like Minnesota, Wisconsin, maybe some other Midwest states, but we just recently got one and we're really liking it. So we're gonna go get coffee and then I have to plant my onions today. So I did buy onion sets from the store, so I'm not doing it from seed, maybe in a future year, but we'll see. But we're gonna plant out our onions today and then carrots if we do have time. We are going to a Mother's Day lunch, like a late lunch around 1 p.m. It's about 8:30 right now, so I'm gonna try to get that done today so that we can relax and enjoy the rest of Mother's Day. So I'll be back once we have our coffee. So he's just raking this to kind of loosen up the dirt a little bit. I had lettuce that I planted here and it looks like 2 of them have already bolted. So that was kind of short-lived, but it's okay. Also that last one, we're pretty sure bunnies ate that. My dill is doing good. My cilantro is doing good. Lavender. Some critters ate my 2 strawberries that I had in my strawberry plant, so that's cool. And it looks like something was digging in here as well. So that's not cool. So anyway, so I was gonna be putting carrots right here and then the rest onions in this bed. But I think I'm just gonna do carrots in grow bags because I have a bunch more grow bags. I just need to get more soil for it. And then, so basically we're just gonna plant the rest of this bed out with onions. I have onion sets that I got at the store, red onions and white onions. So we are gonna get to work so we can enjoy the rest of Mother's Day. Also, we're partially done getting these trees cut down. We will eventually pull the stumps out entirely, but these trailers have been parked here. And it's funny because for months and months, we haven't had any trailers parked here. This is a commercial parking lot right next to us. And now all of a sudden, when we were talking about ripping these out, they decide to park here. So that's cool. There's 3 trailers here actually. So we're just cutting them down just so that these beds aren't going to be like entirely shaded all season. So we're going to cut the rest of those, probably just those 2 tall ones down for now. And this semi will be our beautiful fence for the rest of the season or however long it's here. Show you how everything else is doing. This is yarrow, heavenly habit. And then we also have a peony and clematis over here. All that is looking pretty good. I do have some growth in my potatoes. I didn't realize when I planted these out that these were, I think they are determinate potatoes and not indeterminate. So I think I shouldn't have planted them this shallow. I should have filled up the grow bag all the way and planted them towards the top, because they're only going to grow to a determined amount of height. But I can already see just looking at this that there's been critters in here because there's a hole right there and one of those potatoes is like almost completely out of the ground. So this netting obviously isn't working. So we're gonna have to figure out a better solution. But I do have a lot of growth in here. I mean, look at that. That looks great. So I will be digging these out and adding more soil and planting them a little bit higher up in the ground so they have more room to grow potatoes. So my asparagus over here is looking all right. These are the asparagus that I planted, and then the day after I planted it, we had a light snow, so I don't know if they're gonna live or not. But we'll find out. We won't really know for a while if they did well or not. I put this in here as a walking path for myself so I can kind of reach everything better. And then we have our broccoli in here and our little blueberry plant, which I don't know if it will live either. The celery plant's looking really good though. So let's get to work. All right, we have our onions all planted out. This is roughly 150 to 155, something like that. So we have from here to here is white onions, and then from here to here is red onions. So we did a few more white onion rows than red, because my understanding is that red onions preserve a little longer. Plus, my husband likes white onions better than red onions, but I love all onions. So we are gonna go ahead and cover these, and then we'll water them in. All right, we have all of our onions tucked in. So now we are gonna put a couple, we bought a basil plant, a parsley plant, and 2 mint plants, because we heard that mint and like peppermint is supposed to help with critters. I may try like peppermint oil or something. We have a lot of squirrels and chipmunks and rabbits. So if anybody knows of any great solutions for keeping critters away, it would be greatly appreciated. But my husband is breaking up the soil. When we put the top part of this bed in, it was really muddy, so it kind of hardened into clumps. So he's just gonna break that up, and then we will plant these herb plants that we bought. All right, so we have mint on the outer sides because I wanted them, I don't know, as a defense or something if it does work against critters. So I put them on the outer corners, and then basil and parsley. I'm gonna actually swap these grow bags around because I want the 2 ones over there, at least this one has herbs in it. I want the herbs to be all together. So I'm gonna actually swap those real quick. Okay, swapped out the grow bags. So now I have my little herb area. Sorry if you can hear the loud truck. This is the hardest part about filming outside in my location, is it's really loud sometimes because we are right by a busy road. But anyway, so all my herbs and then my strawberries. Upon further inspection, I had an entire strawberry plant right here, and then this one, it looked just like this. It's gone. Like, they literally just dug out the entire strawberry plant. So I'm upset about that. So what I'm going to be doing, I think, for all of the grow bags, including the potatoes, so I had just put those in there temporarily to try to see if the netting, it was kind of a trial to see if the netting that way would work. I don't think it's working. So I think what we're going to do is put tomato cages over all of the grow bags and cover them with netting in the bags. And then, so once we fill these up full and move the potatoes up higher so they have more room to grow potatoes, we'll put tomato cages over all of them, and they'll be basically just in the yard, so like maybe on the side here or whatever, and then we'll put an individual net over each one around the tomato cages to try to prevent critters from getting in there. For the actual beds, I'm still not sure yet. So again, I have the mint in here because I heard mint is supposed to help. I heard like peppermint essential oils is supposed to help deter critters, but if any of you have any suggestions, I would really appreciate it, because at this point we have put quite an investment into this garden, and I would be absolutely crushed if the majority of our harvest and all the hard work we put in seed starting went to waste. I would just be devastated. So if anybody has any suggestions on what has worked really well for critters, I did find there's a motion activated sprinkler I found on Amazon that has really good reviews. Basically, as soon as something goes by it, like a deer or a squirrel or whatever, it goes and it makes a noise and it scares them away. So I was thinking maybe something like that would work, but open to suggestions, so thank you in advance. More evidence of critters. This is my blueberry plant, and I see a hole right there. You can also see there's a real deep hole over here in the ground of, like, this isn't in the garden, it's just in the yard. You can see how many critters we have. I mean, it's just awful. It's just awful how many critters want to steal my vegetables. There's another hole in there. Like I showed before, that potato is completely out. I'm excited to see that there's some green happening in here, but just trying to protect my garden. So thanks for hanging out with me while we planted our onions. Hopefully we can figure out a solution for the critters. But I'm really excited with getting all of that planted out. So if you want to follow along in the garden journey and see if we figure out a way to combat these little critters, feel free to subscribe. I would definitely appreciate having you. I like this kind of little community we're building, and I love all the suggestions I get from you guys and all the tips from, you know, gardeners and canners that have been doing it longer than me. I just really appreciate that support. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. I hope you had a great Mother's Day weekend. This won't be up until after Mother's Day, but to all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.